doing today? Coy McDermott here, and I want to take you all through a very quick tutorial. And it is a tutorial that I believe has been long overdue because I constantly get the question, and it is, how do I start a business? Right? I remember when I started my business, I just typed that in, and there were so many things that came up, and I didn't know where to start. And it really reminded me of uh, really one of my first jobs, right? My first job out of college, and it was, I don't know what I don't know, right? And that was essentially the same thing that happened to me whenever I wanted to start a business. And I found myself in this analysis paralysis stage, right? The constantly overthinking. And here's one thing that I want to tell you. Whenever you begin to overthink, negative thoughts start to creep in. Negative thoughts start to really cloud your mind. And now you're wondering if you can even do it, right? You've got all of this information that is coming at you. And what I want to help you do is distill all of that information and come down to the fundamentals of starting a business. All right. And I know that we all learn a lot better whenever we can visually see things. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to visually draw this out so you are able to now break down into bite sized chunks how to start your business so you can start taking action and you can start creating that business that individuals are out there praying and waiting for. So, the first thing that we are going to do is, of course, we are just going to draw this really quick graph, right? And we're going to get into 4 points on the things that you need to do, the things that you need to know on how to start a business. So, the first place you need to start is right here, and it is figuring out your why, right? Why do you want to start this business? Do you want to start this business because you've seen a problem in the market that you, of course, want to fix? Do you want to start this business because there's a social cause, right? That you really want to get behind and that you want to start a movement on, right? Or maybe you want to bring to light exactly what that social cause is so that you can bring awareness to it. Right? So that's the first place that you want to start. You want to start with your why. The next place that you want to go is what, right? What do you want to create here, right? And with the what, whenever you're thinking about the what, I want you to think in terms of what type of business. Is it going to be a for profit business? Or are you going to be starting a nonprofit business? Now, I'm sure a lot of you out there are thinking to yourself, well, gosh, Coy, I don't really know what I want to start. So, a great place to start when it comes to really trying to figure out if you want to go with a nonprofit or a for profit is to just do a little research on the two. So, let's go ahead and switch on over here to Google, right? And let's pop in for profit versus nonprofit. And you're going to have a ton of great resources come up. This is where you need to go so that you can start to figure out if you want a for-profit business or you want a nonprofit business and see what the differences are. Right? Generally, if it's going to be a business that's behind a social cause, generally they want to steer you towards a nonprofit. But you could very well develop and devise a for-profit company, right? But we're not going to go into all of the nitty-gritty behind for-profit and nonprofit because I really want to keep you all focused and centered on, again, these top four things that everyone needs to do before they start a business. So the next topic that we're going to tap into is the how. Okay. And whenever you're thinking about the how, the thing is, how are you going to go to market, right? Are you going to start an online business? Or are you going to have a traditional or office space or a brick and mortar location that you have, right? Are you going to have a physical retail space, right? A physical building, right? How are you now going to go to market? How are you now going to bring this solution, or of course, a way to solve that social cause to the individuals that you want to serve? Next up is what now, right? So the very last step now is after you've done the why, right? After you've done the what, after you've done the how, you now have the what now, right? So with the what now, you want to come up with a name for your company. With the what now, you want to begin to research the domain, right? And then last but not least, you now want to figure out what is going to be the cost of the business, what is the application process, and where do I need to go, or the location, to get this business started. Generally, whenever you are trying to figure out this last one, right? Well, actually, let's go ahead and let's let's now break them all down. So the name. This, you generally want to have a name that, of course, is going to make sense whenever people are looking for it, that ties into either the problem or the solution or the social cause, right? When you're researching your domains, there's several places that you can go to research those domains. You can go to GoDaddy, you can go to HostGator, right? So many different places to research that domain and get a great domain for your company, so that you, of course, can build a website, which is your online business card. And then last but not least, to really start doing some research on the cost, right? So really finding out how much does it cost for me to start this business, right? Because there are startup fees to get, a company started. What is the application process, right? What information do I need to get things started? And where do I need to go in my city to get my business formed, right? Generally, whenever you're going to get your business formed, especially here in Texas, right? I of course can speak about Texas because I live here in Austin, but here in Texas, you go to the Secretary of State. And as you go to the Secretary of State, then that is where you would pay the fee. That is where you would turn in your application. And then, of course, they would check, make sure that there's no one else out there with that particular name, and you get your certificate for your business formation. And that's it. So again, I just want to go back through to show you all what are the four ways that you need to start, right? Here's how you start. Here's how you get out of analysis paralysis. Inspire.